Hello everybody, I'm the Silent Sheepdog and welcome to the candy tier list. You guys really seem to like the fear and hunger tier list. And so I thought I'd give my opinion on candy because that is valuable information to you that you need to know. And so I will be disclosing it. So let's just get right into it, shall we? I'm just pretty straightforward. Warheads. Warheads is a straight up D. I'd put it in a F or a mega F, even like a double minus F. Warheads are so disgusting. I had one time and I almost barfed in the parking lot. I remember the first time I ever tried a warhead, I was probably, I don't know, like 8 years old. I don't know, I was really young. And then my little cousin, I was seeing a movie with my two younger cousins, they're brothers, and the younger one loves sour candy. I mean, this kid ate sour candy like it was nothing. And he was like, "Do you want to try one?" And I was like, "Sure." So I put one in my mouth and I spit it out and I almost barfed on the spot. It was so bad. Sour candy is definitely not my jam. But yeah, no, Warheads is definitely have to be the worst one I could possibly imagine at this point in time. Reese's Pieces, not a huge fan. If I was starving in the jungle, I would eat it. Like, if it was in an MRE or something, yeah, I guess I'd eat it. But honestly, not a huge fan. I don't like the texture. I know it's similar to an M&M, but it's not close enough. Like, I don't know, it almost tastes like a knockoff M&M to me. It's too much of a knockoff M&M and a knockoff Reese's Cup. Like, I don't know, the flavors just don't go very well. And that dehydrated kind of peanut butter, like, it's really chalky. I'm gonna say D. Bubble tape. Oh my god. Okay, so I have not had that since I was extremely young. I used to eat a lot of it though as a kid, and well, I guess eat is not the right word because that insinuates that I would swallow it and I probably wouldn't be alive if that was the case. I'm not sure how digestible it is compared to normal gum, but bubble tape, pretty cool. Not a big fan of the pink one. I was more a fan of the purple one, but if we're just gonna look at it like, you know, objectively, well, no, I guess we'll get down into specifics. Like, we'll sweeten the pot with certain flavors, because it's still a part of the line. Honestly, bubble tape, since I ate it a lot as a kid, honestly, bubble tape would probably be a good solid B. 100 grand. Okay, so I've only ever had like 2 of those, and it was on my security night shift out of the vending machine, because there was nothing else good in the vending machine, and I was starving. I used to get paid minimum wage to watch a helicopter facility at night, and it was creepy. It's kind of off topic, but I used to be a security guard. For you, those of you who don't know, I've done a lot of shit. I should probably do a video talking about just like all the jobs I've worked, because I've been around the block. But 100 grand, it's not bad. It just tastes cheap. You know, it's cheap chocolate, and I'm not a huge I believe it's Rice Crisps. I'm not a huge fan of Rice Crisp and chocolate, so I'll put it at like a C. Like, I'll eat it, but only when I'm really, like, really desperate. Bazooka, so I've never had these, but they don't look like anything I would try. Gobstoppers. Okay, these are kind of gross, actually. I remember the only reason I kind of liked them was the hype behind, like, the Willy Wonka candies or something. I'm pretty sure that's what they were from. But, honestly, Gobstoppers, I'm gonna put them in a D. Not a big fan. Sour Patch Kids. Okay, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of sour candy, but I don't know. They're definitely better than Warheads, but like, still not a huge fan. You know, like if I was hungry for something like kind of sour, or like if I was just hungry for a candy and you were like, "Hey, sheepdog, we have candy," like, and I'm like, "Oh, candy, what you got?" And they're like, "Sour Patch Kids," I'd probably be like, "Aw," but then I would be like, "Okay, well, yeah, I'll probably eat it." Hot tamales have given me trauma because my mom liked them, and I used to find those things all over the place. Like, my mom is addicted to Diet Coke. She's always been a Diet Coke mom, always has been, and hot tamales were her favorite candy as far as I'm concerned. I don't. She really liked like Tootsie Rolls and like Nerds and stuff like that, I think. But hot tamales was like the main thing I always remember her picking up from the gas station. They're not bad. I didn't like them much as a kid, but like as an adult, I would eat them again. I'd put the hot tamales at a solid A. Tootsie Pop. Oh my god, I've probably given myself so many cavities as a kid just because of these damn things and getting all the Tootsie Rolls stuck in my teeth. I love the taste of Tootsie Pop, especially the chocolate ones. The chocolate ones are my favorite, but I'm gonna be so honest with you. It's the texture of a Tootsie Pop that gets me. It's perfectly round. It fits in your mouth just right. It's the perfect suckability. Like, I just think it's a... I think it's just a great sucker. Like, objectively, honestly, I think it's probably the best sucker candy. I'm gonna put Tootsie Pop at a solid S tier. Sweet Tarts. Okay. This one's gonna be a little hard for me because I do like Sweet Tarts, but I like the chewy ones. The crunchy or the hard ones, whatever they are, I guess the originals. Not a huge fan of those. It's not the taste, it's just I'm honestly not a huge fan of like hard candy. Like, so when I say chewable hard candy and chewy candy, there is a difference. To me, chewy candy would be something like Reasons or Raisins or whatever you call them, or like even Skittles. Like Skittles are kind of like a chewy candy. Like you put them in your mouth, and when you clump, when you bite down on them, chomp. That's the word I was. When you chomp, or like a Tootsie Roll, like. Even though Skittles are kind of hard, and I mean Tootsie Rolls are kind of hard too, but like if we're looking at chewy in the sense of like texture-wise, once you start chewing on them, you know, it's soft, or like it's got a little resistance to it, but you know, you don't have to like crack it or break it. In my opinion, that is what makes a chewy candy. Sweet Tarts are more like a hard chew candy. Like they're chewable, but they're not chewy. Like you can stick them. You stick one or a couple in your mouth and chew on them, but it's gonna go crack, 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 right? Like that's a hard, chewable candy. And to me, that's what Sweet Tarts are. Now, if, like I said, we're gonna look at the brand as a whole, I do really, really, really like the chewy Sweet Tarts. I used to eat those a lot, like, in college. So, Sweet Tarts, accounting for the chewies, I think I'd put it in a B tier. No, because it's not on par with the bubble tape for me. Yeah, we're gonna put Sweet Tarts in A. I've never had like the off-brand candies. I mean, I've had a couple of off-brand candies, but not really. I've mostly had like the caramels and stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of orange stuff. I am busy. I'm not a huge fan of orange stuff, so I'm gonna, yeah. D. Fun Dip. Oh my god. So I never really, like, I ate so much Fun Dip as a kid, it's not even funny. I never really ate I was a weird ass kid, okay? I'm weird with textures and I'm weird with taste, okay? Fun Dip, I never really liked the powder. To me, the powder always kind of punched you in the mouth, like it was a little too potent. I would actually buy the Fun Dip just for the sticks. Because you know, as a kid, I was never like a kid to like eat things that you shouldn't eat, like that's considered non-edible, but I loved the chalky texture of the white sticks. Like, it's basically like eating chalk without the repercussions. Fun Dip is a solid A for me. Like, it's not S, like I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it again in my adulthood, but it's good. It's a good, solid candy. I know what those are, but I don't know what they are. Like, I've seen them before. Oh, wait. Is that a Jawbreaker? Is that what that is? I've never had one. I'm just gonna put it in D because I've never had it. I don't know, because I don't know how they taste. Somebody's probably gonna be mad at me because I know it's a classic candy, but like, I've never had one before. I can't speak on it. I think that's what that is. Okay, so my first job ever was at an Olive Garden, and I had never had an Andes Mint before that. And we served them, like if you go to any Olive Garden, you know, they always give you an Andes Mint or two or a couple for dessert, unless you request a handful, which I've had a couple people. I used to host, serve, and I worked kitchen there. I've worked pretty much all around the restaurant. And when I was serving, I would have people ask me for like handfuls of Andes Mints, and I was like, they can't be that good. And then so I tried them, and they're actually really, really good. Like, I freaking love Andes Mints. Not a huge, I was never really a huge mint person, especially with chocolate. Like, I really don't like mint chocolate ice cream, stuff like that. And I won't go out of my way to eat mint unless it is one of two candies. There are only 2 classic candies that I will go out of my way of to buy, that include mint and chocolate. That is an Andes mint and a York peppermint patty, which I see right here. We'll get to that one though. But because my mom used to give me York peppermint patties as well, and I used to love those things. I don't even know where they came from. I think I just, like, my grandparents or my parents would end up having them, and if I saw them, it was on site. I would just eat all the York peppermint patties. But I feel like this is the Andes mints are like the grown-up version of York peppermint patties for me. It's like a higher quality chocolate, and then the mints, like, a little richer in a good way. But yeah, like, Andes mints definitely have a special place in my heart because of Olive Garden. Even though I hated working there, it just reminds me of my late teens, right? My early youth. So honestly, Andes mints, I would go out of my way to buy those. I would put it in the S tier. I really don't like Lifesavers. I never did. I would suck on, like, the white ones, like the white, they're like breath mints, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's a Lifesaver. I don't know if they're like a different product, but the fruity ones, never was a big fan. That's a D for me. Ring Pop. Oh my god. I loved Ring Pop as a kid. I remember when we used to get Ring Pops, like, in the snack stand at school, for lunch, and at, like, parades and Halloween. Like, Ring Pop was a big thing. And I remember, like, the commercials where it's like, wasn't it like ring pop, or something like that? It was like, you know how I don't know why, but they wrapped everything in the early 2000s and, like, the mid 2000s. But, like, Ring Pop is a solid S tier. I would go out of my way in adulthood to get a good old-fashioned Ring Pop. Whatever the blue one was with the pink swirls in it, that one was my absolute favorite. Like, all the blue stuff. I've always been a blue flavor kid. But, absolutely 100% would go out of my way for a Ring Pop. Three Musketeers. Okay, I was hesitant to try them a long time ago, and then I did, and I was pleasantly surprised, because I'm a big texture person, like I said. Three Musketeers is a good, solid, like, smooth candy bar. Like, everybody always wants to put in this crunch and this texture and this and that. I am so busy, would you stop texting me? Anyway, everybody wants to go out of their way to put, like, crunch and texture and rice and all this stuff, and, like, stop. Sometimes you just want a good old-fashioned chewy chocolate nougat bar, and that's exactly what Three Musketeers is for me. I would put it in A, because I usually don't buy them, but if it was in a candy jar, I would reach in there and I would eat it. Like, above other candies, probably. Depends on what's in there, but, like, it's a good, solid, like, normal gas station candy bar. If there's nothing else in the gas station, I would eat a Three Musketeers. Twizzlers are so disgusting. It's going straight to D. I have, before I move on, though, I have a Swedish friend who's in love with, like, black licorice. I don't know how he does it, but he's like, oh yeah, Twizzlers are okay. But, like, just gross. Get licorice away from me. I don't ever want to see licorice again in my life. It was so disgusting. So misleading. I remember, like, the commercials made it look so freaking good, and I'm a strawberry person. I freaking love strawberry. And, like, the movies and stuff where they would eat Twizzlers, and I'm like, oh, that looks delicious. Had one, almost barfed, hated it. Makes my stomach turn. I know what these are, but I don't know what these are. What are those? I don't remember. Wait, oh, Jolly Ranchers. There we go. Okay, sorry, like, sometimes it takes me a minute to actually look at it and process. Jolly Ranchers are good. There's a specific kind of Jolly Rancher that I like, and I can't remember which one it is. My ex used to buy them all the time, and they were good. But I can't remember. It wasn't the hard ones, though. I think it was like a chewy one. I'm not sure. But Jolly Ranchers overall, S candy. I like them. What is that? Is that Swedish fish? Or is that gummy fish? No, because... No. All Swedish fish are red. I don't think there's any other colors of Swedish fish. Gummy fish? Nah. Not a huge fan of gummies. Tootsie Rolls, straight up to the S. I could chew on those for days. Mounds has coconut in it and texture. It's dark chocolate too. They're disgusting. Mounds and Almond Joy. If you like those, you deserve to be in a mental hospital. These little candy bracelets are the bomb. Are they good? No. But did I eat the crap out of them? And yes. And would I do it again? Yes. I don't know what it was about these things. I don't know if it was the novelty of it. I don't know if it was Because, I mean, they didn't taste awful, but they weren't exactly the best. Like, they were extremely chalky. But I loved these as a kid. Like, and would I go out of my way to buy a candy bracelet just for the hell of it and, like, the memories and you know, just the experience of it? Yes. Like, candy bracelets are an experience candy, not really so much a taste candy. Razzles? I never had those. I'm gonna put them in D just because I've never had them before. Crunch. Crunch is going on. Crunch and 100 Grand have the exact same energy to me. They both deserve to be in C because they're cheap chocolate and they're not good, and they both have rice in them, and just, I don't know. I used to like Crunch bars a lot more, but I think they changed their flavor or something. Like, I think they changed something in the formula, because I had a Crunch bar once and I was like, this is actually not so bad. And then I had another one and it was just really mid. Like, just not very good. So yeah, Crunch, solid C. C for Crunch. Candy cigarettes. Okay, like I said, I really enjoy the texture of chalk, apparently. I guess it's just compressed powdered sugar. I'm really not sure how they make these kind of candies, like these and the Fun Dip candies, but just excellent. I used to sit there in the playground, pretend to smoke candy cigarettes. We got in trouble for it. We weren't supposed to do that. My mom would buy me candy cigarettes because my mom is a heavy smoker. My mom is a heavy smoker in real life, and I would be like, look, Mom, I'm just like you. And so I would smoke the cigarettes with her. But yeah, 100%, I would go out of my way for candy cigarettes. I love them. Kit Kat. I feel like Kit Kat is extremely divisive because, like, I know some people who would die for Kit Kats, and I know some people who think Kit Kats are just, like, the devil's candy. Like, they just don't like Kit Kats. Honestly, I can understand where you're coming from, because I'm not a huge wafer person either. It really just depends on, like, how it's prepared and, like, the quality of the wafer. But Kit Kats, man, Kit Kats are not an amazing candy, but, like, if you put a Kit Kat in my mouth and I start chewing, I'm like, oh, my brain is just like, neuron activation. Like, it's just like, oh, yeah, sugar, like, chocolate and chocolate wafer. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar and put it in my mouth. I'm gonna, honestly, Kit Kat, I'm gonna put it in S tier just because once I start, I can't stop with Kit Kats. So you've probably gathered up to this point that my mom is the source of a lot of memories for my candy, because my mom was... How do I say this without, like... My dad wasn't around a lot because he worked. My mom was around a lot because she had to be. She didn't really want to be. She definitely wanted to be somewhere else, but, you know, she was there sometimes. And my mom bought me a lot of candy. I don't know why. She just ended up buying me a lot of candy. Maybe it was to keep me quiet while she went and did the other stuff that caused the divorce. But Smarties! She used to have a shit ton of Smarties all the time. Smarties and, like, hot tamales. She always had those on her. And, I love Smarties. She was always offering me some of her Smarties. You know, chalk candy. Smarties, wouldn't go out of my way to eat them today, but I probably put them in a solid A tier. Not bad, not great. Interesting flavor, definitely. Smarties, definitely. I don't think there's anything that tastes like Smarties in my experience. But, yeah, Smarties are, like, just in a league of their own. York Peppermint Patty. So the reason why I saved this for later is because York Peppermint Patty brings me back to a time in my life that I can emotionally remember, but not cognitively remember. Like, I don't remember a whole lot of my childhood. For some reason, like, just... I don't know, but there was a certain part of my childhood where York Peppermint Patties were so prominent in my life, and, like, I can taste one right now. Like, I remember the exact taste. It's like a cheap peppermint, but God, it was just so good. York Peppermint Patties give me an odd nostalgic comfort while remembering being surrounded by danger. York Peppermint Patties, I don't know. There's just something about them. S tier. Dots are definitely an MRE candy. Like, you eat Dots when you're desperate for sugar. When you're just like, oh my God, I'm really craving something sweet and I don't have anything else good. I need something. Dots are, someone's gonna hate me for this, but see, Peeps. I have a funny story about Peeps. So, like, Peeps, I can't remember if I ever ate one. I feel like I've consumed at least one Peep, but I also think I picked it up looked at it, went to eat it, and got scared and put it back. I don't know what it is about Peeps. Peeps, maybe it's just because of what the internet did to them, but like, Peeps have this raw, chaotic, devilish energy. Like, Peeps are satanic to me. I don't know what it is about these little guys, but it's those soulless black eyes and the way people sacrifice them. I don't know. There's something weird going on with Peeps. I'm gonna put Peeps in the D tier. One, because I don't remember ever having them, and I don't know, they just give me bad vibes. These smack. If you've never had cookie dough bites, like straight out the theater or like out the dollar store, this is one of the few candies that I am willing to pay like 30 cents for, and I know as soon as it hits my tongue, whether it's like room temp or like cold or even like frozen, because it even tells you on the box, like, try them frozen, like, try them all kinds of ways, just don't try them melted. That's not very productive. But like, cookie dough bites fucking smack. Like, if you ever sat in a movie theater and just munched on cookie dough bites, like, you would be fat too, okay? Cookie dough bites are so freaking good. I would go out of my way to buy them. I would pay the premium movie price. Like I've bought them at the movie theaters for probably like $2 or $3 because they're just that good. Like, in the dollar store, they're worth like 50 cents, but like in the movie theater, they're like $2 or $3, and honestly, totally worth it. Smack. S tier for smacking candy. Starburst, easy S. I love pink Starburst. Pink Starburst have me in a chokehold sometimes. Once I start eating them, I can't stop. Reese's Cups are the exact same thing. Reese's are a classic, definitely different from the Pieces. Like, Reese's peanut butter. Like, I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter. I'll be honest with you. I don't like peanut butter that much. But Reese's peanut butter, or Reese's, whatever. I use those interchangeably sometimes when I'm talking fast. But Reese's, it's Reese's. Reese's peanut butter cups. Like, their peanut butter, there's something about their peanut butter. I don't know if it's like a sweetener. I don't know if it's like sugar. I don't know if it's just like the viscosity and the way it mixes with the chocolate. I don't know what it is. Not a huge peanut butter person, but I would die for a Reese's cup. S tier. Gushers! Oh my god, I ate so many Gushers as a kid. I love them. I would go out of my way to get Gushers. Like, half the time I crave Gushers. Like, Gushers and fruit roll-ups, I freaking love gelatin kind of like I don't know what else you would call them. Like, I guess this is like a gelatin candy. I don't really know what else you would call them other than like a taffy candy, but like not taffy in the sense of like Airheads or like saltwater taffy, but like a different kind of taffy. I don't know what you would classify like Gushers and fruit roll-ups as, but 100% S tier. This is not in any particular order, by the way. I usually go general. If you haven't noticed, I just kind of throw it up there. I'm not saying that like one's better than the other by order. Like, I'm just doing tier by tier. Lemon heads are f***ing disgusting. Put that in the trash. Airheads. Okay, so actually the other day my roommates were kind enough to buy me some Airheads because my lady time started, and I was like when it's that time of the month, I crave like chocolate and sugar so bad. And I saw a video of a guy talking about Airheads. Like, literally, that's all it took. I saw a video of a guy talking about Airheads, and I was like, oh my god, I could eat an entire box of, like, pink or blue Airheads. Specifically the blue one, though. I don't know. I was just craving that blue one. You know, that toxic, awful, but still just delicious blue one. And they were nice enough to go out of their way to buy one for me. I didn't ask them to. They just went out and did it. So, yeah. I appreciate them for that, because it definitely satisfied my craving. Airheads are a 100% S tier. Dum-Dums are kind of hit or miss. It depends on the flavor, but for the Dum-Dums I like, I'd put it in the A tier. I'd put it in the A tier because, you know, I'd seek out a Dum-Dum from the candy box or whatever, or the candy bowl. Like, if I saw Dum-Dums in there and it was like, you know, the, what is it? There's like a chocolate Dum-Dum. I like the blue raspberry. The cotton candy one's actually, it's a little rich. Like, I can't eat too many of them, but the cotton candy one's really good. I can't really remember any other ones off the top of my head that I like, but Dum-Dums are a pretty solid sucker. Hershey's Kisses are really weird. I feel like Hershey's Kisses, they're kind of hit or miss because of the whole Hershey tastes like barf sometimes thing. But like, Hershey's Kisses, definitely a childhood staple. It's a good solid chocolate when you're just craving some kind of chocolate, even though it's a cheap candy. I feel like this is, maybe this is just nostalgia, or like, maybe this is just my brain being weird. But Hershey's Kisses to me taste so much better around like Christmas time. Like chocolate candy and better tastes better around Christmas time. I don't know what it is. Like Hershey's are good, but man, if you eat like the Hershey's chocolate Santas, I don't know what it is about the chocolate Santas specifically, but the chocolate Santas just slap. There is something about the chocolate Hershey's Santas for around Christmas time that just, like it's peak holiday candy for me. Honestly, I probably wouldn't go out of my way to buy them, but I would put them, like, I'd pick them out of the candy bowl too. I would definitely beeline for a Hershey's Kiss. Sour Patch, nah, it's just going in D tier. I already gave my opinion on it. Where were the other ones? Wait, what the heck? Weren't there 2 Sour Patch? Wait, what? Oh, there were. I changed my mind. Snickers are... I don't know. I have to be in the mood for a Snickers. I don't really like peanuts, especially in my candy bars. I don't know. Snickers, I would eat it, but like, I really don't wanna. Snickers is gonna go in B, which also makes me change my mind about Bubble Tape. Bubble Tape is going to C. I don't know. I think that was nostalgia talking. It really wasn't that good. Twix. Okay, Twix is going exactly where Snickers are, because like Twix are good, but only when you have nothing else and you're like craving a little bit of chocolate, you're just like, yeah, I don't know, I like Twix, but it's definitely a step above 100 Grand and Crunch. Like as far as chocolate goes, it's definitely above those. What are those? Oh, Nerds. So I used to eat a lot of Nerds because of my mom, like I said, but Nerds are objectively not very good candies. Like I maybe had a craving for Nerds like once in my life. The texture is satisfying. I do like crunching down on them, but not enough for me to warrant wanting to buy them for the taste too. Honestly, Nerds. I probably wouldn't even eat them out of a candy bowl. Like I would, no. Nerds are a D for me. Okay, Milk Duds. Okay, so when I was growing up, we went see a lot of movies at the theater, and Milk Duds were like my go-to candy as a kid. Like every single time we sat down in the movie theater, I would either get like a soda or like a frozen Coke, like an icy, and a box of Milk Duds. I don't know what it was about Milk Duds. Milk Duds are just, oh my god, they're not even that good. Like if you eat a couple Milk Duds, like if you eat one, you're like, If you eat a couple more, you're like, yeah, you know, it's a solid candy. And then you start eating a few more, and you're like, I think I'll save the rest for later. Like I don't think I can eat all this at once. They're extremely rich and thick. I like the chewability of them, but I'm not a huge. Would I eat them today? Yeah. Like, if you gave me a box of Milk Duds, I'd be like, oh, sweet, Milk Duds, thanks, bro. But, like, would I seek them out myself? I kind of forgot they existed, so I want to say no, but also at the same time, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna put them at an A, just because I can't decide. Fireballs! Never really had many Fireballs. Probably maybe had 1 or 2 Fireballs in my whole life, but they're a good solid cinnamon candy if you like cinnamon. Pretty spicy. Not a big spice person. I can't really get into spice. Like, I have a very low spice tolerance. The Fireballs are pretty good. They're a good breath freshener as well, so I guess for functionality and taste, I'll put them at an A. I like Fireballs. Milky Way. Ate a lot of Milky Ways as a kid. Ate a lot of Milky Ways as a teenager too. Another big snack I would get out of the snack stall at school. Milky Way is just a good solid candy bar. Like, if you want something creamy and chocolatey with nougat and caramel, like, you ever had a refrigerated Milky Way? Like a nice, cool, chilled Milky Way. When you bite into it, it's like it's soft and chewy, but firm, and the chocolate like crunches in just the right way. Like it's tempered just right, so it just crunches fantastically. Like when it's oh god, I love Milky Way. Oh my god, I love Milky Ways. These big suckers, I don't know what they're called. I can't see the name on here. I forget the name of these suckers, but these are a pretty classic sucker. Honestly, these, I'd probably, well, No, I would put them in a B tier. Because, like, I liked them a lot as a kid, but... Oh, these are the ones with the gum inside, I think. Yeah, those are good. I like those. I forgot they had gum inside. Honestly, I used to bite straight in. Like, I would suck on a little bit, and, like, as soon as the structural integrity of the sucker was starting to fall apart, I would chomp into it so I could get to the gum. Because I like the gum texture with the crunchy texture of the sugary shell on the outside. But they're solid candy. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave them in B. Lifesavers, like I said, the chewy ones just sound even worse. I don't know, I get kind of nauseous thinking about it. Pez have a special place in my heart. Yet another chalky candy. I feel like a lot of kids I know who grew up in my days, like, would love Pez just because of the dispensers. Like, Pez are definitely a big novelty thing. Honestly, I'm gonna put Pez up with the candy cigarettes just because of the novelty of it and the enjoyment that you get out of eating a Pez. Like, it's a weird experience, like, it's a weird concept, it really is, but, like, I don't know, Pez has a special place in my heart. Pop Rocks! Oh, I was hoping this one would be on there, because, like, I was thinking about it when I was doing the nerds, but, like, the Pop Rocks, how could you not like Pop Rocks? Like, they taste pretty damn good for you know, like a hard candy, and like the texture, the experience of your mouth popping away. It's like having fairy kisses on your taste buds. I love Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks are a solid S for me. What is that? I don't know what that is. What is I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Mike and Ike's are... I don't like the originals, but I remember my ex-boyfriend had brought some one day, and I don't remember what kind he had gotten, but they're pretty good. And I tried them, and I was pleasantly surprised. Not a huge fan of the originals, but yeah, I would go out, like, I don't remember which Mike and Ike flavor it was, but I would go out of my way to buy Mike and Ike. I would put that in a solid S tier, honestly, because it's pretty good. M&M's are such a weird candy, because, like, I don't know, like, if somebody offered you M&M's, you'd be like, you know, you'd be like, really, bro? M&M's? But if you were, like, just ravenously hungry for sugar and chocolate, M&M's are God, my mouth started watering, you see what I mean? M&M's are a solid candy, and I do like, I do like M&M's S tier, honestly, because I would buy them at the movie theater, too. Like, this is something I would pay a premium for. I like M&M's. Jelly beans? Kind of depends. Not a huge fan of jelly beans. I never really was. I think I liked them a lot in my early childhood, and then I stopped liking them. I really like, honestly, I know they're, like, Jelly Belly Starburst. I believe that's what it's called, Jelly Belly, right? The jelly bean company. Oh my god. Honestly, jelly beans would go in, like the original jelly beans would go in D for me, but because Starburst got their hands on them and made Starburst jelly beans, it's going all the way to S. Like, you look at what Starburst does to things. Whoppers, another candy that my mom used to eat a lot. My mom was a real big fan of Whoppers. Honestly, she probably liked Whoppers more than hot tamales. But ow, sorry. I hit my hand and I have a huge, like, scratch from the cat that's, like, muscle deep, and I hit it on my desk. Whoppers, for me, no. My mom used to really like them, though. But honestly, well, I'm not a malt person. That's, like, I don't know, I'm not a malt person. I would eat it, but I don't wanna. These little things are weird. I don't really remember much about them. We used to have a little soda thing. I actually don't know what these are. These are such an enigma of reality. Like, what are you? I don't know, D. I didn't really like them too much, and honestly, you can't eat the plastic, so it's kind of wasteful. Skittles, S. Not a huge fan of classic Skittles. I like the berry Skittles. This berry Skittles are really good, but I mean, I'll eat almost any Skittle. Heath bars. Actually, I don't think I've ever had a Heath. I think it's got nougat in it. So, C. I don't know. I'd try it. Laffy Taffy. 100% S tier. I love Laffy Taffy. That's another one that I would like seek out in the bowl like first. Love Laffy Taffy, love the texture of it, love the taste. Laffy Taffy's always been a favorite of mine ever since my childhood. More Skittles? What's the difference between those Skittles and these Skittles? I can't see. The images are so tiny. Well, okay, whatever. Skittles. Gummy bears, D. I don't like gummy candies that much, and gummy bears are the most flavorless, disgusting, taste like you're eating solidified, gelatinous air. Like, they don't taste like anything, they're gross, and the texture makes me want to barf. And the sugar-free ones to make you yourself. Everybody knows that. Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth is going exactly with Three Musketeers. They're essentially the exact same candy bar. I don't even know why both of them exist. They both taste exactly the same to me. Candy corn is disgusting. Leave me alone. Almond Joy, D. Right, see, right under mounds, right where it belongs. Gumdrops? I don't know. I never, did I have gumdrops? Hang on, there's a candy similar in here that I rated, didn't I? Gumdrops are weird. I know I said I don't like gummy candy, but like, gumdrops are a special kind of gummy candy because they have a different texture, I think. Like, the ones that have a slightly firmer outside, I like those, but I don't like the gummy. Like, I don't like the wiggly gelatinous gummy candies, but I kind of like the ones that are a little more solid. But then again, I did put the orange slices down here, so I'm probably just going to put gumdrops down here, too. What is that? Are those pixie sticks? Oh my god. Pixie sticks are going in A. One, because I don't like them anymore, and honestly, they're not really that great, but just for nostalgia purposes, Pixie Sticks are going in an A tier for me. And then we come down to the classic, you know, Hershey, Pennsylvania, American chocolate Hershey bar. Hershey. It's gonna go between S, A, and B, but honestly, Hershey's is not as good as Reese's, but it's better than Snickers. I think I have to make a couple adjustments here, because Reese's is definitely better than Hershey's, but Hershey's is also better than Musketeers. Hershey, like a regular Hershey bar, I would pick over all of these candies. Honestly, actually, you know what? Reese's gets a pass into the S tier, but just because I can eat those for days, and I really like Hershey bars. I know it's a disgusting, cheap, like mass-produced, disgusting chocolate American candy that's not even real chocolate, but hey, when you grow up on something, sometimes you just develop a palate for it. So I can't wait to hear your derogatory comments about my taste in candy in the comments. Feel free to do that. It boosts me up, and I just hit 1,000 subscribers today, so whatever. But like, tell me all your thoughts, and tell me your favorite candies. If you're from a different country, because I have quite a few foreign viewers, tell me what's your favorite local candy. Tell me what's your favorite candy from your country that we can't get here in America. And yeah, I'm the Silent Sheepdog. I apparently have really bad taste in candy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys! Hello, everybody. My name is the Silent Sheepdog, and welcome back to Fear and Hunger 2 Termina Part 18, I think. Okay, so for some reason